皆さん、こんにちは。Otaku Oyaji da. O genki desu ka? Hello everyone, this is Otaku Oyaji again, and I hope all of you are doing well. Now, today I want to talk about a relatively controversial topic which people might find very particular about. I want to talk about... Let's talk about... No! This is not that type of channel, and this is not that type of show. Anyway, where was I? Oh yes, getting back, I want to talk about couplers. All right. I know there are many types of couplers out there, and individual modelers have their own preferred brand of couplers. Well, I will be covering Japanese brands and also the major type of couplers they're using. As well, I'll be swapping some of my trains couplers. Well, let's get to it, shall we?
I have trains from the four major brands, four major Japanese brands of engaged modeling. We have got Kato, we have got Green Max, we have got Micro Ace, we have got Tomix, and this is also Tomix, all right, but with a swapped coupler, all right. So as you can see, Green Max, Micro Ace, and Tomix, they all use the same type of couplers, Ripardo couplers. Obviously, with slightly different sizes to differentiate between brands, but for all functions and purposes, they operate similarly. All right. Now let's have a look at the Kato coupler first. All right. So this is generally speaking how Kato couplers look like. Okay, it's quite similar to the TN tight lock coupler. All right. While a Ripardo coupler will just operate like a hook, and the TN coupler or tight lock coupler, okay, is also very similar to a Kato coupler. Ripardo couplers, the benefit about Ripardo couplers is that they come together very easily, and to take them apart, just simply lift and they're out. Here's the problem about Ripardo couplers, and that's the huge gap they have between them when they are connected. Now, let's have a look at how big the gap is. Right, so basically from, let's say, car to car, it's roughly 0.5 to 0.6 cm wide. All right, now that might not sound much to you, but remember this is Nscale. That means it's 1 upon 150. If you multiply this by 150, 0.5 times 150 would be 75. That's 75 cm. That's more than half a meter long. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not a very good long distance jumper. So, which means that if I have to go from train to train, I will need to jump 75 cm. Okay, and if I miss a jump, I'll go, I don't really like that. Now, the gap between Kato couplers is much better than the Ripardo couplers. Okay, so you can see now from car to car, the gap is now, I think it's like 0.4 cm, 1 millimeter shorter. Alright, yes, it's still not perfect, because in the real world, these things are actually joined together and it's made of flexible material, but unfortunately in modeling world, these are hard plastic, and if you have them too close together, when the train turns, you're gonna get derailment. I guess that's 0.4 cm. Let's do a quick calculation. Hey Google, how much is 0.4 times 150?
The answer is 60.
So the jump is, well, 15 centimeters shorter, so that means I have a much better chance of jumping across. Okay, now when it comes to detaching Kato couplers, on the other hand, you need to do a bit of flexing upwards. Alright, you can't just simply yank them apart. While for the Ripardo couplers, it was a lift, this is a upwards flex. Okay, we now come to the third type of common couplers, which is the Tomix TN tight lock coupler. So they come together like others, just push together. A gap. Actually, the gap is also probably the same as Kato trains. Okay, it's also 0.4 cm or 4 millimeters, but you can't put Kato couplers on a Tomix train. That's how they try to distinguish themselves. But what I like about Tomix couplers is that rather than having to flex, all I need to do is to pull the trains away from one another and they come off, see? In, lock, off. The problem is that most Tomix trains don't come with the tight lock coupler installed. It's an optional purchase, so yeah, you have to incur extra cost, and the change is permanent. Now, Micro Ace on the other hand, while still having Ripardo couplers, the swap is interchangeable, because especially with the newer Micro Ace trains, let me just take out the bogie first. All I need to do, tweezers, okay, basically I need to apply pressure to push the clip through, like so. See, and it's off. And when I put the Tomix coupler there, it won't be in the way. Basically, the change is not permanent, and that's what I like about Micro Ace new style couplers. Thank you, Micro Ace, for giving me the option to go back. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I can also replace Micro Ace couplers with Kato couplers, similar to Green Max, but yeah, I'm not going to do that for this train. Now, there are two types of replacement couplers. One is from Kato and one is from Tomix. But why are there 4 boxes? Well, basically for different colors. As you can see, 11704 from Kato is for cars with grey undercarriages, while 11703 is for cars with black undercarriages. Tomix, on the other hand, 0337 caters to grey undercarriages, while 0339 caters to black undercarriages. Now, Tomix couplers, TN couplers, comes in pack of 6, and they cost roughly $18 per box of 6. So yeah, it's quite pricey. Alright, while Kato, on the other hand, is enough to make 20 couplers, and this only costs $5. So guess which side will I automatically lean towards to? So here goes nothing. Okay, seriously now, to change the couplers for Tomix trains, first you unscrew the bogie from the chassis. Okay, put the springs in a place where you won't lose them. Next, we snip off this end of the current coupler. Yeah, snip off. No other alternative. See, that's it. No turning back. Then you put on one of these couplers, like that, like so. Okay. Following which, you just put everything back, which I might have to do off screen. Okay, see the notches here and here, yeah, and see the holes by the side of the TN couplers. Yep, match them. So this is the official legal way of how to attach TN couplers, but well, I'm lazy. Okay, and this is how it looks like after having the coupler attached. And as you can see, the gap between cars now is also minimal. Now, if you are like me, sometimes I have trouble calculating how many TN couplers I need for a train set. Alright, so assuming that there are no head-to-head connections, you just work with this simple formula: 2 bracket x minus 2, where x is the number of cars. Okay, to replace a Green Max coupler with Kato coupler is actually pretty simple. First, I just need to remove the bogie. All I need to do is to twist, and it comes off very easily. Alright, now to remove the head, I just push in and I turn in one particular direction, until it comes off like this. Now, since the undercarriage is gray, I'll be using 11704, which is gray. See, it says gray. I cut off a set. Wish me luck. I'm doing this behind the camera. Well, I'm behind the camera while these things are in front of the camera, so well, whatever. Okay, so snip and snip. Find the two parts. All right. Okay, fit them together and then press. Okay, and that's it. Now remember, the parts where you have these dangly things, well, they must be pointing downwards. All right, so after that, I'll just take this. Okay, I'll use a bit of a hobby knife to depress the spring a little. Well, I guess I can do it from here too. Okay, I go at it sideways like this. All right, once it's in, I press down further and then I'll just rotate until it goes in. All right, now you can see the spring. I have pushed it out of place. No worries, take the pen knife and tease it back. Voila, now I just need to put it back, which is a cinch. See, done. Okay, since we are here, let's do a bit of detail up, shall we? Right, now, I have bought another Kato accessory, Z050808. Okay, so this is actually adds the interconnecting door tube to the chains. As you can see, this thing doesn't come with it. Okay, this was originally meant for Kato cars, so in Kato cars, you can actually just click it in using these hooks. While for Green Max, as you can see, there are no such slots. So what I'm going to do is a bit of cutting and gluing. So first, let's cut off the excess using my God hand nippers. Next, I'm going to trim off the excess using a hobby knife, Olfa. Disclaimer, I'm not being sponsored by any of these brands. It's just my personal preference, okay? I still pay money for my own Olfa blades, and the God hand costs almost 5,000 yen. Okay, so yeah. So once I trim off the excess, I am going to glue this on here. Okay, I've decided on using super glue because you see the ridges around the door. Yeah, that obstructs fully flat surface contact, so Tamiya glue wouldn't be that effective here. Alright, so what do I need to do is, okay, now that I've trimmed this down, I'm going to apply super glue from a small little puddle here rather than direct, because they'll lead to overflows. And then after that, I will just simply put it on like so. Alright, I'm gonna do this off screen because I don't trust myself. So this is how it looks like after I glued it on via super glue. And now putting two carriages together. The gap is almost, well, there's still a little bit of gap, but it's much better than how it started off initially. Yeah, and there's no problems in turning. So I'm very happy. So now just to keep this set, remember, Kato couplers, so we don't pull, we flex. And that's it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please do leave a like and subscribe to my channel. You really help out the channel and I'll appreciate it greatly. So until the next time, stay safe, stay blessed. Mata ne!